There's one more polysaccharide, though, that I want to tell you about first before I get to that, and that is glycogen. Glycogen is how mammals store glucose. So whereas plants store glucose in the form of starch for energy, animals store glucose in the form of the glycogen. Okay, and so the glycogen also has alpha linkages, and it's more branched, whereas the starch is more of a straight chain. The glycogen is more of a branched chain polymer, where you're forming linkages between the individual glucose units and on the number 6. This is the number one carbon, number 4 carbon, and this is the number 6 carbon. So 1, 4, 6. And so you can see that these are 1,4 linkages and those are 1,6, but they're all considered alpha linkages. So obviously mammals have the ability to break down the glycogen. Glycogen is stored, when you have excess glucose in your bloodstream, first the glycogen stores are replenished, and glycogen is stored mostly in your liver. There's also glycogen in your muscles, but most of it is in your liver, and there's a little bit in your brain, because glucose, the monomer unit in glycogen, is blood sugar. That's the form that the simple sugar needs to be in order for the body to get energy out of that simple sugar. So all these different monosaccharides are chemically converted into glucose in the body by a variety of enzymes, and then it's stored, as glycogen in the form of glucose, so that there's always a ready supply, because without glucose you can't survive for very long. All right, so there's all kinds of mechanisms to keep the glucose level constant in your bloodstream, and one of those is glycogen. We store it, so your liver is building up glycogen after you eat, and then once it's all filled up and the food has been completely digested, then your liver starts releasing glycogen back into your bloodstream, basically.